Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we've arrived at Ultima Thule, a very, very unusual place. And so unusual, in fact, it apparently has been created from pure dynamis. And this is a world where emotions rule, literally. If you think it hard enough or feel it hard enough, you can affect the world around you. Unfortunately, we are finding this out the hard way, as Thancred and Estinian have both apparently given their lives. Well, Thancred's basically to create this place and make it habitable, and Estinian so we can move on. I don't know. Maybe this is how we say goodbye to the Scions, one by one, them sacrificing themselves to this stupid place. Be terrible. And speaking of terrible, I apparently forgot to show off the hat for this outfit, so let's take a look at that. It is, it's definitely Reaper-esque, but I much prefer being able to actually see my character's face, sorry. I like the expressions on the character's face. We also ran into this little rascal. We also had some dragon spirits. And now we've got these, the E, or the Ia, I'm not sure the best way to pronounce that. There's some sort of like creatures that have cast off their own physical bodies and now want physical bodies so they can suffer true death. Ugh. This whole quest line has been grim, and I've also been noticing more and more that these quest names, like this one, which I'm thinking is Flesh Abandoned, is definitely better than what I thought it said the first time, which was Fetish Abandoned. All right, everyone, line up.
I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few E have awakened. Ah, there they are. You bunch of lazy bums. May I introduce you to Lakla, Dudet, and Netting?
I am never going to be able to recreate those names.
It has been too long, Kofkod. I dare say Saturn 4 has since completed an orbit. Ah, indeed. Until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Ah, of course, of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. And the truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them awaken you.
Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms and the divergence they afford, perhaps such similarity in voice is unavoidable. Oh, I should give them all the same voice, you say? Well, the heck with that. By the way, Kofkog, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That one which is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. Clearly it's to detach one's head and reattach it.
Ah, yes. So long has it been, it had completely escaped my mind, and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Oh dear. Wait, do you expect me to remember? Neither do I. Pity, I was hoping you would. Perhaps we could search the archives for the answer. Oh, come now, Nideg. The archives have long been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dolor. Surely you recall that much? Of course. Food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh such as they must regularly replenish their ether. By contributing to their replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. Oh, that's right, that's right! We duly invite you to join us in communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. Oh, if we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. I'm a little concerned with what they would be serving, but alright. Excellent, excellent! If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest ether. Oh dear. What have we gotten ourselves into, Ishtola? Not sure I like the idea of just eating pure ether, Kofkog. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would take your place within your comrades, the space will soon be awash with purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like.
Alright. I feel like I'm about to stand in front of a nuclear reactor and get irradiated, but sure, I suppose. This is not going to do anything fundamentally useful. Oh my goodness. Somebody's got the giant whale mount that seats 8. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer. Fine. Or maybe their idea of fresh ether is nothing. You brace yourself again, but again, nothing seems to happen.
Just as I had suspected, as particularly as one might recreate the East homeworld, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Emerald. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that it is the memories of the dead with whom we deal.
Sad but true. Well, we might as well let them know we had our fill. You can always head back to the Ragnarok for real rations.
So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether?
We chow down on chow. It seems it terrifies them.
To your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think that their mouths are not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems.
Such a sad place you must have lived. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail to wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? Alright.
You flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Ah, very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the ear yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness.
Oh. I think Metion visited these people.
From the tangible such as land to the intangible such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see. Too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources.
To be fair, they're not entirely wrong about that last part.
But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had once more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits,
And I'm getting all these characters' voices mixed up.
we went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge.
And?
That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation.
Ooh.
We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena, and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believed that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety.
And apparently living. If you know everything, then you're just bored.
And did you find the answers you sought?
Well?
Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, you mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporeal forms, their lives readily ended. As those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them?
What thinkest thou? Man, I think it's dark in this place.
We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, a place called Elegia.
Alright. The truth of the universe is, it's boned. Oh, or I could just have a quest here. I thought I'd have to go right to it, and I was already pulling out my chocobo.
A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led such enlightened people to this indolent end.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Right, Uranche? What's the plan here? Where knowledge leads. That's definitely knowledge. And nice that this one only has one screwed up character.
Ere we join the Ea, there is one trifling matter I would fain investigate. Dekumon, Grahatia, might I trouble you for your assistance?
Okay.
But of course.
Sure. What's up?
My thanks. We shall head outside the abode, if you would kindly follow me. I know not what mischief you are plotting, Uranche, but I trust you have our best interests at heart. The rest of us shall go on ahead to Elegia. Lest you worry, we won't start without you.
Thanks. I suppose. Uranche, what have you got planned? And the locals are still salty.
A spring, and a sizable one at that. I hadn't noticed it amidst the dunes.
I was over here earlier because there was an ether current.
Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring that you wish to investigate? Pray forgive me, my friends, but there is naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private.
What's going on, Uranche?
You have our undivided attention. As we have established, here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra, they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible?
I assume when Emmett did it in Amaranth, they used creation magics. Etienne has taken their hearts unto herself. Etienne made contact with them while they still lived. Couldn't begin to guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she actually contacted each of these races. Two of her reports have been described as such as what we've seen here.
Ah, of course. She must have visited the stars of the dragons and the Ea before either race perished in their entirety. Thus could she make their emotions her own, and with them create more faithful simulacra than had she relied on any historical account. So too did I theorize, and, upon that assumption, consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Metion perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own. A heightened sense of empathy, intrinsic to her nature as an enteleki. In the course of her starfaring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence,
then she would believe that all beings would want it because that's all she's been exposed to out here in the stars. Ah, crud. Freaking Hermes botched up her design and her question.
She would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possesseth the power to grant it.
the power of Dynamis. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Meteion did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ear unto their doom. Crap. Well, I was right, we weren't the only star she ended up trying to kill. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray ask yourselves this: in the place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Ne'er again would I betray your trust, the pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. Ah, crap. He's gonna be the next one to sacrifice himself, isn't he? That's his plan. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favor, and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. It's true, he is gonna sacrifice himself, damn it. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet even if I must needs go to such length, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? Damn. Alright. After all that we've been through, I will say only this. Do what you must. Do what you must and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend. I shall. Without further ado, then, let us go and join our comrades. Yeah, I needed this, sure. Thanks for telling us ahead of time you were gonna try and sacrifice yourself. God dang it. Grunge's always a little too melodramatic. Let us be off to Elegia. Alright. I gotta find an ether current along the way. Lucky me, I did find at least one more ether current out here. It's actually not far from where the freaking aetherite is. I must have just missed seeing this, because I'm pretty sure I should have been able to see it. Alright, this is the place. It seems everyone is accounted for. Shall we then? Lovely, creepy
Please
music.
continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Oh, we're gonna hear their actual voices now, huh?
Very well.
Whoa.
Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world. We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3.
She did inflict the final days on them.
As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand. Having remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated.
Yeah, we know that. That actually is kind of real-world physics. The universe is expanding.
Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery. The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter onto an eternal ice age.
Oof. Grim end, but how many trillions of years are we talking into the future here?
In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators.
Damn, that sounds unpleasant.
Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls.
Oh.
Though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture.
Damn.
Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge.
Yeah, but I reiterate, how many trillions of years in the future did you guys, predict this happening?
Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
So that's your story.
Yep.
While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
Are you suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion? That our science failed us?
Oh, probably.
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the Aya.
The Aya, okay.
But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
This may not be Uranche's moment, it might be hers.
Yashola, no! You mustn't!
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow. The universe may end, and all may be for naught. But I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge. And no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
There you go. You tell him, Y'shtola.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you. And we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Right, they're about to go Dynamis on us. The Verticat. Right, we remember seeing Meteon turn into that bird shape.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it.
I'm all ears.
Azim's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back.
Oh.
But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost, so press on. Press on, and do not look back.
Crap. Nothing says I can't fire it at the last second, though. Uranche? She's already got this covered, man.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Uranche.
What the hell? Oh my god.
My
Crazy
resolve
son of a
hath
bitch.
never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats. This truth I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality.
Stubborn to the last.
Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
Have it.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
And there they go. Two more characters gone. But now there's hope to get them back. Just leaving me with the twins and Graha, seriously. Well, that looks impressively important.
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
She's back again.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Up?
Is that another star?
Mm-hmm.
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn.
Oh. She was using Dynamis to destroy that flow, wasn't she?
Alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Aetheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friends' emotions fade away, along with their protection.
Sheesh. She's a pleasant one to deal with, isn't she? And she's gone. So, I need to find an elevator, or one seriously big ladder. Maybe a cannon? Oh, that's the end of the quest. I mean, it should have been. I saw a green marker. I should have known it was the end of the quest. That means we're on a new quest, right, Graha? And, oh. Oh! I just saw this as a level 90 quest. And also, the quest name is really screwed up, and all I can see is victory and lost. Are you all ready to continue on? Then let's just make for where that light shone. Ishtola and Uranjay have opened the way for us. Yeah, I'm sure they have. Oh, hey. I see ether current quests. And I found myself another ether current. All amongst these weird, creepy version of the Ayas. They're all red and angry, and they attack me if I get too close. Here's my next current. It is way to the south. I'm guessing over by where that is. Base Omicron. What am I gotta find myself some transformers? Looks like a teleporter of some kind. What do you think, Raha? Judging by its direction, this should be the place. Yeah?
Some manner of air device. If our friends awakened it, then it should be safe to use.
Alphino, what is this thing?
Yes, I can feel it. The ether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal, and no mistake. Let's see where it leads.
Well, it leads somewhere. The Portal of Wisdom. It leads to... oh. Omicron might meant Omega's world. Look at this. This is clearly Omega stuff. And now, of course, I have to deal with random mobs. Overflow level checker. How dare you? I'm an idiot. I thought I'd already hit that. That was interesting. No more purple smoke, at least. So this is it. We finally made it to the level 90 quests. Wonder how many more of these there are going to be. That looks like an aetherite in the distance. Well, there's supposed to be one more aetherite in this zone. And I still need to find 5 more ether currents. All gonna be in this area? Oh, there you are. What kept you?
Amazing. Yet another civilization.
Yeah, and this place definitely looks like Omega's home turf.
Attacked as soon as you arrived. Not the most welcoming of places, is it?
We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation.
We should also try to get the lay of the land, see how far we could go. I'll help Alpha know with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk.
Mm-hmm. I can also search for ether currents in the meantime.
Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring.
Perhaps I should go exploring towards the Aetherite. Or perhaps I have to pick up Graha. I could see one ether current right there.
I expect the twins will seek the outermost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the central area.
Okay.
There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most likely attack any who venture too close. So, let us avoid them, and look for others that appear more approachable.
Avoid them, he says. I don't get that option. Search the area for denizens. Well, I only had to go like, what, 5 feet?
Yeah, that's definitely the closest ether current.
You see naught but patrolling machines in the area.
They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse.
No surprise there. Yeah, 80 to the southeast, that's gotta be that one. Boy, this thing's leading me by the nose. Seriously, every marker is like 5 feet from the last one. And now I'm dealing with overflow Omicrons that are beep blooping and hello helloing to me. Alright. Yeah, I see no reason to waste the big bomb on you guys. Y'all don't seem like you can take much of a punch being quest monsters. Alright, well, I get the first ether current in this section. Hopefully not the last, otherwise I have no idea where the next 4 are going to be. 112 to the southeast. It's actually reasonably close. And this area is twisty. There's a lot of holes around this zone. And yeah, I know, I technically walked away from the settlement. Oh, hey. Friendly machines? Huh. You know, I was kind of joking about the whole Transformers thing here.
Look, Dekumon. The machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. I'm begging your pardon, but we are searching for the denizens of this star.
Beat. Unknown life forms detected. Assigning generic label. Interplanetary travelers.
Greetings and welcome to the planet, Beep. The planet... what? Could you please repeat that?
It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts.
The Omicrons, you say? And what is it that you do here?
We are preparing for war.
War?
As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. They're war machines without a master. Oh.
Well, that's not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow, if you could try speaking with some of the others.
Interesting. I also see a lot of people here in gathering gear. Alright, well that takes care of the Aetherite. Now, let's start dealing with the people, such as they are. Bzz. Greetings, traveler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma.
That's a big looking gun.
Just
measuring combat capability. Result, negligible. Subject fails outside targeting parameters. Greetings, Traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the homeworld of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. So this is what Omega's quote-unquote people look like. Like I said, war machines without a master. Beep. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition levels satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. Ha ha ha. Starting to see where Omega got it all from. Oh, you learned a few things. So did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Ah, there you are! There you are. Well, we finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were only portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. I'm guessing this Sir would be the one. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? Yeah. Let's just say we are not in the friendliest of places. Omega's home turf. Man, or what's left of it, I suppose. So, the Omicrons seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. That's the long and short of it. In such a place, who could it be that fits Urange's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. Urange said that? During our investigation, before we joined you in Elegia. Yeah, investigation's a bit of a misnomer, but... So, that's the way of it. Oh, why couldn't he just say all of it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Ea longed for death, the Omicrons longed for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. True. In order to find the source of the dormant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M32, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there was a console by which we might communicate with it. M32 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is worth investigating. What say you? I mean, might as well. It's not like we have any other leads to go on, otherwise we're just stuck here. Looking at my time, I don't know. Let's see. A pointless exercise? What does that mean, I wonder? Don't know. Considering the Omicron's single-minded character, the lack of new orders does seem unusual. I agree that we should seek out their leader. So do I, but as I was thinking to myself, might be best to save that for another episode. This one might be a touch on the shorter side, but that's the way some of these are probably going to be until we get near the end. It's hard to judge. Like, I have no idea how many more quests we have, but I think all the ether currents just popped up. Graha, do you have an ether current? You do not. Okay. So I don't have to worry about that just yet. So, I think this is a good spot to leave it for now. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eosin adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.